quick favorite of the Tea Party, not for any one special reason other than he respects the Constitution and he knows it very well. Matt's going to give you guys a message from our founding fathers. Not put your umbrellas on. So with that, I'm going to introduce Matt Brakey from Matt Brakey.
Yeah. Matt Brakey from Matt Brakey Land here.
Sounds like a theme park.
You know, we have all pledged allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. But what is a flag? It's thread, it's stitching, it's colored dye. What we are pledging allegiance to is to the Republic. To the Republic for which that flag stands. John Adams wrote that a republic is an empire of law, not men. We are ruled by the law. We are ruled by the rule of law. And no law is more supreme than the U.S. Constitution. Yet we have elected representatives to our federal government whose first official act is to lie. They place their hand on the Holy Bible and swear to defend the Constitution against all foes, both foreign and domestic. But they are the domestic foes. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson had a very famous correspondence through the course of their life. They wrote 329 letters through most of their adulthood. Their early letters were about diplomacy and trade in the early years of our country. The letters in the later part of their life were more focused on religion, philosophy, science, reflections on their past and politics.
Can you hold that close to your mouth?
Yeah, sure thing. In these 329 letters, they were as you would expect them to be. It was an author writing to their recipient. Except for one letter and one sentence in that letter. Now, I tried to find this letter online, and there's virtually no reference to it. But what this letter was John Adams writing to Thomas Jefferson, talking about a pamphlet he had come across. This pamphlet was written by a group of religiously diverse young men who were trying to prevent the United States getting dragged into a war with France that Great Britain was trying to orchestrate. John Adams quoted the pamphlet to Thomas Jefferson. These boys wrote that they were actuated by the same principles on which our forefathers achieved independence, that they regard our liberty and independence as the richest portion given to us by our ancestors. John Adams immediately followed, "Huzzah, my brave boys!" Yes, they used the word huzzah. Could either Thomas Jefferson or John Adams hear these words like statues? Can they not hear these words with pride? And then John Adams followed up with this one sentence. If 100 years hence, your letters and mine should see the light, I hope the reader will read what these boys wrote. And in that one sentence, John Adams told me how proud he was of these boys for fighting for the cause of liberty and freedom. That one sentence, he told me how proud he was of all of us for fighting for the cause of liberty and freedom. In a subsequent letter, John Adams wrote to Thomas Jefferson, he was upset that the generation after the War for Independence was confusing the war with the Revolution. He wrote, "What do we mean by the Revolution? The war? That was no part of the Revolution. It was only an effect or consequence of it. The Revolution was in the minds of the people 15 years before the first drop of blood was spilled." Guys, the revolution's here. The question is, what's going to be at the foundation of the revolution? Is it going to be the same old dogmatic conservative ideology? Is it going to be the Republican Party? Or are we going to be actuated by the same principles that our founding fathers gained independence? That's the challenge I throw down to you today. What is the center of our revolution? For me, it is liberty. It is freedom. It is the principles enshrined in the Constitution. So I thank you for being here on this rainy day, and may God bless the Republic.
Thanks, Smith.